Copy that.
Come, Stanley. Our destiny awaits.
Welcome back, my friends, to part 2 of the ToHo Parable. Thanks for all of your support on the first episode. Yeah, let's jump back into it. Right is always right. The confusion...
Oh, hold up, what's this?
Deviate from the
The
matrix
confusion
first.
ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game eight times?
8 times?
That's really how
After a
all
long
this
time,
goes?
Stanley... Wait, what?
It's all determined?
I am
No, it can't
confusion
be.
at the moment.
I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Do it.
And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are.
This is too much life advice. Help!
Well, in the meantime, if you do happen to have a...
He's got his single monitor. Are we starting again?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Okay.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is this us restarting again?
When
Strange.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, we will go onto the door on the left-hand side this time. 412, 411. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Is this the meeting room?
Yet there was not
Ah.
a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker? Take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers? Resent coworkers for not support. Broom closet. We can actually go in here.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
What do you know? Are you joking? This is the Nimbus 3000, mate. Hello?
Stepping
Mr.
into
Burns'
his manager's
office.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
2845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the
Thank you.
newly opened passageway.
Wait, where's the newly opened... Oh. Ah. What the hell? What is going on? Is there actually an ending to this game? What's this red button do? Oh, Tower of Terror.
Descending
Elevator
deeper
going
into the
down.
building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him?
This guy's just tapped the single button on a computer for years, and here we are. Hello? What kind of office
Stanley
building?
walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
But wouldn't that mean that I'm succumbing to mind control? We can escape! Or we can go to the mind control! Or we can escape! Okay, we're gonna flip a coin. Okay, here we go. Okay, heads, we escape. Okay, here we go, here we go. Okay. It was heads, we're escaping. We're getting the hell out of here, boys.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Do we want to keep going? Maybe we should flip a coin again just to be safe. Okay, if we go heads, we keep going. Ooh, okay, we keep going, we keep going.
Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
No, the coin
At
toss
this
said...
point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
What is this? A human meat grinder or something? Holy.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his death, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. Perhaps his death was of no great loss.
We tried.
Unplugging resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Hello? Stanley
And yet it would be
Parable.
just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Wait, what? Where the heck are we going?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Wait. What do you mean he was already dead? Well, I think we found one of the many endings. I don't know if the narrator's going to say it, but I think I might. I think it's time to restart. Ah, Stanley's here. It is.
Wait. When Stanley came to a
Can you
set
go to
of
the
two
mind
open
control
doors,
facility
he
this
entered the
time?
door on his left.
Okay, door on the left, door on the left. Okay, take us to that beautiful meeting room. Let us read those precious slides. We're keen to just find where the party's at this point.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any
2845,
human
right?
life. What could... Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Sorry.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments
No,
with some
not
calming new age
no,
music.
Just...
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
It's about time, come on. Well, that way's death, so let's check out the old mind control facility. Wait, is this down the bottom of all of those TV screens? Hang on, what's this button do?
The lights rose on an enormous
Yes.
room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
Think so.
Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
You know, I've got big guns. I'd probably say I got the strength to find out. What's this button?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
Where are they
and Stanley,
gone?
one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Well, what does this say on it? Employee Conservation Protocol.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Let's willingly get into this next...
He refused to
Wait, what?
believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life
Elevator
in
going up.
someone else's control? Never.
Never.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content.
Mind control
Walking,
status
eating,
offline.
working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery
pressing these
would never
buttons.
again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Mind controls idle, awaiting input. Here we go, Hacker Man time.
And when
System
at
power.
last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Now hacking.
Yes, he had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel.
Oh my gosh,
Whatever
Stanley's
life he
earned
lives,
this.
it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Do we dare step through and leave all of our colleagues behind? Stanley's earned this. Good on you, Stanley.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Beat the game. We actually beat it. I mean, we pretty much followed the instructions that old mate told us to. Wait, we're back. Hang on. Let's go again. Let's find another ending.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit.
Wait.
Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
That's true. Those windows weren't like that before. Well, we've seen the left way. Do we dare go to the right way?
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
We've seen that door. We're not taking that door. Let's check this out. Wait, what in darnation?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
What is going on? Warning. Penalty for misuse of cargo, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000. Do we just walk on? Oh.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you.
Should we jump
all
off?
this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Hang on.
Please, stop. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why?
Danger.
I don't
Danger
know how
everywhere.
to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
The red door. Are we really going to take the red door? Am I going to have to get out El Google again? Okay, if it's heads, it's red. It's tails. Blue door it is.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Wait. Blue door.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me, you've given me absolutely nothing so far.
Maybe some more women?
Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
I'm feeling about a 4.
Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
No, it's getting kind of boring.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect.
Hell yeah.
Let me boot it up. In this game,
What the
baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game.
No!
All about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life.
So cute.
I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
What? This is kind of like Stanley's regular job. Hang on. Watch him getting close. He's gonna get close. Ooh, ooh. Okay, alright. I promise I won't do it this time. Oh! Hang on, hang on. Okay, no, I promise I won't do it this time. I won't do it this time. Sight! Okay, this time I promise, I promise. Sight! Okay, alright, okay, I'm leaving it. No, I can't do that to the poor kid. Okay, one more. Okay, this is it. Here we go.
You heartless bastard. I'm not even going to try.
I don't mind that minigame.
I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see.
Please,
What do we have
anything
here?
but Fortnite.
This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Well,
Yo,
Stanley, is this any
Minecraft!
better? At last, the one
Hell
thing
yeah.
you always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house.
Where? Wait, he's building it out of dirt? Not out of dirt, please. Oh my.
Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Oh dear God. Oh my gosh, they're even playing the music. Seriously? Oh dear God.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
No. Down we go. I'm just waiting for a creeper to pop out.
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
Okay, let's grab this. Put this down there.
Genius.
Thank you.
No,
I'll
actually, you know
tell my
what? I think
parents.
that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt. I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion.
Sorry,
That's
narrator.
who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way.
Phew.
Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
Okay, I am officially...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm officially weirded out by this game. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what happened to the co-workers. But unfortunately, that is all that I have time for this time, my friends. I hope that you have enjoyed the Stanley Parable. I don't know how many endings we got there in the end, but we got a couple. I still don't know what happened to the co-workers. I don't know if there is a possible ending that tells you what did happen to them. But I don't know. If you guys want to see it, maybe I should come back with part 3 with a few more of the endings. Otherwise, if you have enjoyed seeing this game, make sure that you leave a like below and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thanks for all of your support on the recent videos of late. The Twitch streams, the podcast. It means the world. I'll catch you in the Discord. And until the next one, my friends, this has been ToHo out.